everyone, welcome to another episode of the Blonde Experience. Now, before I continue with this episode, I really want to ask for a huge favor. At the Blonde Experience, we want to make improvements to the show. Everyone likes a show that's improving and all. For us to do that, we really need your support, we really need your help. I'm not asking for any handouts. I don't want money or handouts from anyone. I just need your support. Now, how can you support the show? If you're listening to this on YouTube or watching this on YouTube, you can please subscribe to the channel. Trust me, it will just help the algorithm, push us even better. And if you possibly can, also just like each episode. Honestly, it works wonders with the algorithm, and I know. Now, if you know someone, if you listen to an episode and you know someone who might be interested in the topic or what have you, you can click the share button and share it with the person. Get the word out and help us, let people know about the podcast. Honestly, we are hoping to make real significant improvements to the podcast and all. This is the podcast where we give our brutally honest opinions about things. We get conversations going. We try to give new insights into many things. We're not trying to sugarcoat anything or what have you. If you're the type of person that likes that sort of stuff, we really want, or should I say, we really need your support and all. Thank you so much as you support us. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get on with the rest of the show. Enjoy. So the Oscars, the Academy Awards, went down, as of the time of recording, went down this past weekend. And as expected, Oppenheimer, the ever-engulfing mushroom cloud of a film, took home a couple of awards, or should I say engulfed a couple of awards, and all. It was much expected. I've heard it's a good film. People tell me it's a good film. It's a really excellent film. That's good. It's a good film. And I'm like, okay, maybe if I get at least 8% of my targets done this week, I should be able to sit down and give it a watch. This year's one was hosted by Jimmy Kimmel, and apparently Kevin Hart's I think it was last year. He said he wasn't sure he was ever going to host the Oscars or the Grammys again. That's apparently he finds the stage a very unsafe working environment. He was pretty much referring to what happened to Chris Rock some years ago with the whole incident and the whole Will Smith coming on stage and slapping him and all. If you don't know what happened, then wow, that's amazing. Apparently Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Smith's bald head, which was caused by a condition she was going through, alopecia. Will Smith decided, okay, I might as well defend my woman, came on stage and slapped him, or should I say hit him across the face. Long story short, we all know what happened. I think much of us know what happened. If you don't know, Google is your best friend. But it's kind of funny that Kevin Hart will be talking about the stage being unsafe working environments. If you can remember his Netflix special, the one he did at O2 Arena, I can't remember the name of it, but it was the one he did at 360 stage in the middle of O2 Arena, of one of the halls in O2 Arena and all. If you remember, there was one scene, if the scene hasn't been altered by now, there was one part where he actually threatened to throw the mic at a member of the audience because he didn't feel the member of the audience was laughing the way he or she should have. And I just thought, okay. You do that, you say that, and yes, you call the stage an unsafe working environment. I'm sorry, you're not going to ever hear someone like Cat Williams saying that sort of thing to a paying member of the audience, or even someone who's there for free. You know why he wouldn't do that? Because he's funny. He's good at what he does. Sorry, let me correct that. He's great at what he does, and what he does is make people laugh while putting out a message. And I'm sorry to say, no offense to Kevin Hart and all, he works hard, or well, I think he does. He has achieved what he's achieved. but I don't just think he's a funny person. I don't think he's funny as a funny comedian. I don't think stand-up is really his thing anymore. Because as far as I'm concerned, since Laugh at My Pain, which to me was the funniest special he ever did, since then he has not done any stand-up, comedy show or any special that I can actually sit down and say yes was actually a home run. Yeah, it's just been to be one of those, he's a bit funny here, he's a bit funny there, it's whack here and it's whack there, and whack everywhere sometimes. Anyway, but what I really want to talk about, and let me not digress any further, is actually when it comes to comedy, when it comes to being a comedian, where do you actually draw the line when it comes to the jokes? Because at the Oscars, Jimmy Kimmel did something that I just thought, wow, okay, that was wrong and uncalled for. He proceeded to crack a joke at the expense of Robert Downey Jr. If you don't know who Robert Downey Jr. is, it's fine. I can understand. He kind of snapped himself out of existence in Avengers Endgame. Yes, Endgame, right? Second one. Yeah, Endgame. No, Infinity Wars. Yeah, Endgame. Yeah, he pretty much snapped himself out of existence. Even though Marvel want to snap him back. Don't know how that's gonna work. But he has for quite some time played the role of Iron Man in the Marvel universe, and he's played it quite well. He has had a history of addiction, which he was able to eventually fight hard and overcome and all that, and kudos to him. But Jimmy Kimmel decides to poke fun about his addiction, talking about highest. This is one of his highest moments, and all, talking about his drug use, referring to his drug use and all. And I could see the look of discomfort on Robert Downey Jr.'s face. Kudos to him. He just, took it, took it and just gave him a signal to the guy. Just, roll on, keep it moving. Just, don't like, I don't know, what have you. But that was a really uncalled for joke, which made me really agree with what Donald Trump had to say on Twitter about about Jimmy Kimmel. To me, he's just no offense to him, but he pretty much just proved the fact that he's just another ABC washed up presenter. But then the question is, where do we draw the line when it comes to these stuff? Because look, when you're at a comedy show, when you're the audience at a comedy show, you're there to laugh, you're there to feel good, you're there to, laugh and forget about whatever you're going through. You're there to be entertained, to be given a funny experience and stuff. So when someone then decides to crack a joke and makes you feel awkward or something, then I'm sorry, that has just killed the experience for you. That is not entertainment anymore. That is pretty much almost bullying. Some sort of bullying of sorts. The joke, when you put a joke or say a joke that is poking fun at a painful period in one's life, or some illness someone is going through, or some pain someone is feeling or something, to me, I think that is wrong. That is wrong. That should not be allowed. That should not be condoned. It shouldn't be funny. No one should even laugh at that, because that is not right. It's okay if you as a comic, you as a comedian decide that, okay, I'm going to use this painful period in my life to make other people laugh, and that's your decision. It's your decision. You've decided that it's okay by you. If you as a comedian were to speak to a member of the audience or some celebrity or something, this stuff you went through, is it okay if I crack a joke about it and it's my joke and all that, are you okay with it? Then that's fine. But when you then proceed to do what he did with absolutely no consent from the person who's the main boss of the joke and all, I'm sorry, that's wrong. that's not you entertaining anymore. I'm sorry, but that is you verbally trying to hurt someone or make someone feel awkward or uncomfortable. I hope at the end of the day, and the thing is, it's just And knowing that some people actually found it funny and some people just like, but then okay, I can't control people's minds. But should we be encouraging this sort of thing? Should Jimmy Kimmel even return to ever do another Oscar again? I think not. I think Jimmy Kimmel owes Robert Downey Jr. an apology, and I hope he is giving him one. I don't think this sort of thing should be allowed. The same way I don't think Chris Rock should have cracked that joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm sorry, and I have my opinions about Jada Smith, but still, it doesn't make it right. You can say if Robert Downey Jr. were to then do what Will Smith didn't know, would people then say, "Oh my gosh, how could he? What?" But no one's actually looking at the fact that, oh, look at what really started. Look at what was the actual cause, and his reaction was pretty much the effect of it. At the end of the day, we need to understand and find and eventually draw the line between what is funny and what is hurtful. We need to draw the line as to what is actually comedy and what is just downright atrocious. That brings me to something else I noticed at the Oscars. John Cena, big match John, someone regarded as the GOAT of wrestling entertainment. I know, no offense to The Rock, or should I say one of the GOATs actually, one of the greatest of all times when it comes to wrestling entertainment. Yes, guy who's taking Hollywood by storm and getting featured in Fast and Furious and some other franchises and what have you. And I think by now you should know who he is. So John Cena shows up on stage to present an award. And it's not the fact that he showed up on stage to present an award, it's how he showed up on stage to present an award. He comes in looking like he's nude. So he comes in having the Oscar envelope which contains the names of the nominees and name of the winner. And he uses it to he's allegedly naked. He uses it to cover his privates and all. In the end, it's meant to look like a comical. It's meant to be a comedy scene. It's meant to be comical and what have you. He comes in. Some people cheer. Some people even whistle. The ladies seem to love it. Well, most of the ladies seem to love it and everything. But in reality, I think at the end there, I found a picture online that showed that he had something. He had like underwear or something that was airbrushed to make it look like it's his skin. And also, he wasn't exactly naked per se, unless it was just showing, because the picture was from his backside. So unless it was just his backside, it was covered or something, which wouldn't have made any sense. But I reckon he was just wearing like briefs or something that had been airbrushed to look like his skin. Anyway, that's by the way. What really got my attention about it wasn't just the nudity, but the fact that, or rather, what could be the fact that we might have just witnessed a public initiation. You see, call me a conspiracy theorist, and I like checking out, making several deductions. I don't just limit myself to just one thing. But we've all heard about, initiations, public initiations from secret societies, the Illuminatis, and what have you, whereby they make these people either make men wear female dresses and wigs and what have you, or they make women be nude or be nude in front of the camera in Hollywood or in front of some camera or drop some sex tape or one thing or the other, or just do something rather disgusting and weird. I know it's their way of saying, okay, it's their way. They tell you, oh, this is the price you have to pay to get in on us and be great and be famous and what have you, to be part of the brass or be in their favor. It's a way of them showing you that, they've got power over you. Sometimes you end up having situations whereby they end up recording something about you and they end up using it against you later in the future should you decide not to toe the line anymore. Different things. Depends on what society you're joining and stuff. They do these sort of things. And I look at John Cena and I'm like, someone who seems to really want to achieve what The Rock has achieved. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, has achieved in Hollywood, and get to heights maybe even The Rock, Dwayne Johnson could never get. Is he a person who's ready to make compromises, do such compromises, or do such things? Is this a way of them trying to get him out of that, family friendly, child friendly sort of thing? Where they're having him come supposedly naked on stage and what have you, so destroying that child friendly image he spent so many years building, and leaving him with no other option than to toe the line. It toe the line and be under their control. Is that what has happened, or was it just some silly joke? There's so many options. There's so many ways to look. I think those are two ways one could look at it. Was it a silly joke, or was it an initiation? I doubt it was just a silly joke, because the John Cena we've come to know, I'm like, would he really sit down and do that sort of thing? Like, willingly agree to do that sort of thing? Was it a sacrifice he was asked to make, in order to further his career? We never know. But one thing's for sure, and that was it was just absolutely, I think it was distasteful doing that at the Oscars. I think to me it was distasteful. It wasn't entertaining. I'm sorry, you've got kids who are watching the Oscars, looking at these wonderful, actors and actresses who they look up to, vie for awards and stuff. I was once a child watching the Oscars. I mean, this was the first one I watched was back in 91, 92. I know, seeing wonderful people I've seen on the screen, people I come to admire and adore, dressed properly, formally, acting right. I know. If the Oscars are doing this in order to just trend, because that's another option, if they're doing this just to cause people to talk and trend, and I think this is the wrong way. I think the Academy is going about the things the wrong way. I think the networks are going about things the wrong way. What we want to see, we the viewers want to see, is the Oscars getting it right. And when I say getting it right, that's nominating the right people, choosing the right people to win, having a respectable ceremony, to celebrate achievements in film and television, giving more exposure to people, giving people their proper dues. I know we want to see an Oscar that is fair. Not just some Oscar that is inclusive because people are asking for inclusivity or something. No, give people their fair dues. That's what we want to see. We don't want to hear stupid, spiteful or offensive jokes like the one Jimmy Kimmel cracked. We don't want to see some, guy in his 40s, in his late 40s, coming on stage, showing us that he's still got muscle, coming on stage naked and showing us he's still got muscles. That's wrong and distasteful. Anyway, but before I go, I just want to make something clear. Okay, I think I said more than enough. But 16th of January 2024, what's his name? Kevin Hart said something. He said that, and this is how I just want to end this episode. Kevin Hart came out and said that he's never going to host the Oscar again. Thank God, Jesus Christ. He said he's not going to ever host the Oscar again, saying that it's not comedy friendly. I want to use this opportunity to correct Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, the Oscars is comedy friendly. The Academy Awards is comedy friendly. What it is, or what it isn't a place for dry, distasteful jokes like the ones you crack sometimes. Honestly, I don't want to go any further. But Kevin Hart, the problem is not the Oscars. I'm sorry, the problem is just what comes out of your mouth. No offense. Anyway, on that note, I'd like to end another episode of the Multi Experience. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed it. Wherever you are in the world, stay blessed and stay safe.
And now, your host for the 64th Academy Awards presentation, Mr. Billy Crystal.
Some of the Academy over for dinner. Care to join me?
Yes, anytime.
Anytime. Good evening. Remember me? Thank you very much.